Bradley Cooper didn't come from a showbiz dynasty, nor was he a child actor fast-tracked into the industry. His rise was long and often quiet, until it wasn't. But along the way, Cooper became something of a student of acting, one who admired and studied the masters with the kind of reverence usually reserved for spiritual teachers.
I have been doing this for 10 years,
yeah, right.
and worked with amazing actors, and no, not one's better than the other. It's really about a fit, It really is more about that, I find, than anything else, as long as you're acting with somebody who can act.
Right.
As his career gathered momentum, his passion for craft was apparent, not just in his roles, but in the way he spoke about the actors who shaped him. These aren't just names he reels off to impress. They are the actors who set the bar for him and, in some cases, guided him in more personal ways. When asked about the actors who have moved him most deeply, Cooper has never hesitated to mention Daniel Day-Lewis.
Watching. A maestro reaches across.
Known for his ability to disappear into roles entirely, Day-Lewis became something of a lodestar for younger actors looking to take the craft seriously. Cooper has repeatedly spoken of his awe for Day-Lewis's commitment, referring to his performances as beyond anything I could even imagine doing. In an interview with James Lipton on Inside the Actors Studio, Cooper cited Day-Lewis's work in My Left Foot and There Will Be Blood as particularly formative. It was almost a spiritual experience watching him, Cooper said. It's not acting, it's something else, and it makes you ask yourself whether you're really capable of going there. That question, in turn, led Cooper to push himself further. While making A Star Is Born, he directed, starred in, co-wrote, and even learned to sing and play guitar.
Good evening.
The level of immersion was, by his own admission, inspired by Day-Lewis. I thought about him all the time, Cooper told Variety in early 2019, about how much he gives. That's the kind of commitment I wanted to bring. Day-Lewis's influence wasn't confined to Cooper's performances. It shaped his attitude towards storytelling, preparation, and artistic risk. The admiration was never about imitation, but aspiration. Day-Lewis raised the standard in Cooper's mind, and that created a hunger to match it, even if only in his own way. While Daniel Day-Lewis might have been a distant benchmark, Robert De Niro became something more intimate, a personal hero turned collaborator.
Thanks for stopping by, Carl.
Give us a second. What are you doing? Do you want to be president of the United States or brain dead, stuck full of tubes?
Cooper has been open about the effect De Niro had on him long before they shared the screen. He's the guy, Cooper once said to NPR. When I was growing up, if you wanted to be an actor, that was the example. Their first encounter was in the mid-2000s when Cooper auditioned for the film Everybody's Fine. Although he didn't get the part, the experience left an imprint. He pulled me aside and said, "I see it now," Cooper recalled, and I never forgot that. I'll owe him forever for that moment. The relationship between the two men deepened during the making of Silver Linings Playbook in 2012. The film was emotionally raw for Cooper, whose father had recently died. Playing opposite De Niro, who portrayed his on-screen father, added a layer of personal resonance. It wasn't acting at that point, Cooper said to Rolling Stone. It felt like something real was happening. De Niro himself spoke highly of Cooper's abilities, telling interviewers at the time that his co-star had it, the elusive quality that separates a competent actor from a compelling one. "He's got instincts, and he works hard," De Niro said. "That's a strong combination." This mutual respect culminated in the two actors reuniting for projects like Joy and later The Irishman, where Cooper played a role in helping the film get financing. In doing so, he returned the favor, paying forward the trust De Niro had once placed in him. De Niro's encouragement became a source of fuel for Cooper, who no longer saw greatness as something distant and unreachable, but as a shared endeavor. On the surface, Vince Vaughn might seem like an unexpected inclusion on Cooper's list of favorites. But for Cooper, Vaughn's performance in Wedding Crashers was transformative.
I'm gonna go with the balloon animal display for the kids.
I want a bicycle.
Buddy, that's gonna take a lot of balloons.
Make me a bicycle, clown!
He was electric in that film, Cooper told Esquire. It was like watching a guy do jazz with words. I was blown away. The admiration wasn't just for Vaughn's comedic timing, but for his fearlessness. Cooper, who played the antagonist in the film, described the experience of working with Vaughn as both energizing and educational. He would just go and go and go, Cooper recalled. It was incredible to watch someone so free, so unafraid of falling on his face.
How are you guys connected to the family again?
Uncle Ned's kids.
You know, Uncle Ned, Aunt Liz's brother.
Hey, is your brother okay?
I can't breathe.
Ah, he's fine.
In hindsight, Wedding Crashers represented more than just a breakout moment for Cooper. It showed him that risk-taking in comedy, particularly improvisation, was a serious craft in its own right. Vaughn's ability to dominate a scene without flattening his co-stars taught Cooper how to share space while commanding attention. Later, when Cooper starred in The Hangover and other comedies, he carried some of Vaughn's lessons with him. "I realized you have to be fast and you have to be present," he said. "Vince taught me that without even knowing it." Vaughn's influence helped Cooper find rhythm and spontaneity, qualities that would become invaluable not only in comedy, but in drama too. Sean Penn holds a unique place in Cooper's personal and professional development.
All my kids are not here.
Sorry I'm late. It's just like this new schedule's totally confusing.
As a student at the Actors Studio, Cooper had the opportunity to observe and learn from Penn during one of his earliest forays into performance. "I actually asked him for advice about hurly-burly," Cooper said, recalling a taping of Inside the Actors Studio. "I was nervous, but I knew I had to ask."
My name is Bradley Cooper. I'm a second-year actor. My question's regarding Hurly Burly. What was it like to revisit a character, Eddie, after a 10-year hiatus? Did you have new discoveries? Did you find that it was a different approach because you had already done this character before?
Did you have that written out like Bobo, the guy who calls into my show?
Not off the cuff. It was not off the cuff.
That was not off the cuff, right? You had that written down.
I didn't have it written down, but before they handed me the mic, I was so nervous. I thought, what was it like to revisit a character? I still remember after 10-year hiatus.
Did you care about the answer, or were you sitting there going, "Hey, I got to get on camera somehow"?
On camera. First of all, no. First of all, that never aired.
Oh, it didn't?
No, they only aired it after I think I started to do well as an actor.
Oh, I see.
So that because I didn't do this thing, I think, where you had to say like I'm an actor, I'm in the acting track, I'm in the third year, and I would just go right to the. I think I would say, "Hey, I'm Bradley Cooper, an actor," but then I would just ask the question.
So you weren't hand selected ahead of time?
Oh God, no.
This was
no,
not.
You raise your hand if you have a question.
And then they ask it.
Yeah, and I didn't want to. I was terrified.
Of Sean Penn,
no,
or
I was
of
terrified to like. First of all, like it's a television show. It took a long time to be comfortable in front of big audiences.
Right.
Like when I was a kid, I was terrified to do anything like that. So I really did want to know.
Right.
Because I thought it was interesting. He had just made this movie.
Right.
And I was just working on the scene that he had done the play of years ago.
Right.
So I wanted to ask him, but everything inside me said, just shut up and don't ask him anything.
Penn's seriousness and reputation for intensity made an impression. For Cooper, it wasn't just the performances in Mystic River or Dead Man Walking that struck a chord. It was the sense that Penn treated the work with gravity. He takes it seriously, not just the acting, but the human experience behind it, Cooper told the New York Times. Years later, when Cooper tackled more challenging roles, he referenced Penn as one of the actors who had given him a kind of permission to pursue complexity. "Sean showed me that you don't have to play likable to be powerful," he said. "You just have to be honest." The lesson had implications beyond the screen. Cooper began producing and directing, always with an eye towards stories that weren't safe, that invited discomfort. The risk of alienating an audience was, to him, a necessary part of moving them. Sean Penn didn't just show him what good acting looked like, he showed him what it cost and why it mattered. Though not a performer himself, James Lipton played a vital role in shaping Cooper's path. As the host of Inside the Actors Studio and a mentor at the Actors Studio Drama School, Lipton helped lay the foundation for Cooper's approach to acting. Cooper famously appeared on the program twice, first as a student in the audience asking questions, and later as a guest being interviewed.
What is your favorite word?
Energy.
What is your least favorite word?
Boring.
What turns you on?
Vulnerable expression in an artistic form.
During his student years, he was often seen sitting in the front row, eagerly listening to giants of the craft. Those were sacred hours, he later said. I was absorbing everything. Lipton, for his part, described Cooper as one of his most attentive and promising students. I knew there was something about him, Lipton told Vanity Fair. He was always engaged, always curious. He wanted to understand the why, not just the how.
The night that one of my students has achieved so much that he or she comes back and sits down in that chair next to me will be the night I've waited for since we started this thing 23 years ago. And it turned out to be Bradley Cooper.
Cooper credited Lipton with instilling a kind of discipline in him, an understanding that acting was not about fame or charm, but about truth. He took it seriously, and he expected us to do the same, Cooper said. There was a rigor to it. That influence would stay with him long after he left the classroom. Whether directing his own film or preparing for a role, Cooper often returned to the basics Lipton taught him. Listen, react, commit. These were not slogans, they were guiding principles. James Lipton didn't show Cooper how to act, but he showed him why acting could matter. Although their relationship began as professional, Elliot played Cooper's brother in A Star is Born. Their connection became something more lasting.
Jack talked about how music is essentially 12 notes between any octave.
Cooper had admired Elliot long before casting him. I'd always wanted to work with him, he said. There's something elemental about him, that voice, that calm. Convincing Elliot to take the part wasn't easy. The script didn't initially speak to him, and Cooper had to travel to meet him in person to discuss the role. We sat down, talked about life, about fathers and sons, Cooper said, and he got it. He really got it.
I'd never met Bradley before, ever.
Wow.
You know, I mean, everybody thinks everybody knows everybody in that town, right? But I'd never met him, and I went into his home and spoke to him for a couple of hours. We talked about family, we talked about our moms, and we talked about this project.
He cooks for you.
He made a meal for me.
The performance that resulted was widely praised, but more importantly for Cooper, the experience solidified his belief in emotional storytelling. Elliot brought a quiet dignity to the role, and Cooper was moved by his generosity on set. He gives everything without pushing, Cooper said. That's a gift. Later, when the film earned multiple nominations, Elliot spoke of his gratitude toward Cooper. It all comes back to him, he said. His vision, his heart. He pulled that performance out of me.
Interesting how close he was. And that was early on. And I just think the more and more time he spent there, I think the more time we spent together, that he got really close.
The respect went both ways. Cooper saw in Elliot an actor who didn't rely on tricks or noise to move an audience, just truth. Their collaboration affirmed for Cooper that subtlety could be powerful, that sometimes the quietest voices leave the deepest mark. Though not often listed in Cooper's top influences, Christian Bale has spoken highly of him, and Cooper has returned the favor. Their shared appearance in American Hustle revealed a dynamic that was rooted in mutual respect. Bale, known for his chameleonic transformations, impressed Cooper during their collaboration. He'd just become someone else, Cooper told The Hollywood Reporter. He's fearless and incredibly generous. Bale, in turn, noted Cooper's dedication and intelligence. Bradley is very sharp, Bale said. He brings this mix of curiosity and precision. That's rare. While their styles may differ, Bale more methodical, Cooper more instinctual, they share a commitment to truth. Watching Bale work encouraged Cooper to trust in his own preparation and avoid second-guessing himself. Their partnership became less about competition and more about elevation. Each actor pushed the other, and the result was a film full of textured performances. From Bale, Cooper learned that transformation isn't about hiding, it's about revealing something you didn't know was there.